Anyone who takes up vegetarianism finds himself in some very illustrious company. Socrates advocated vegetarianism, as did the Greek mathematician Pythagoras, and the poet Shelley, Albert Schweitzer, the great missionary. Their vegetarianism was an expression of a highly moral attitude to living.
Something like this is definitely a big lifestyle change.
I'm doing this project because I'm already a vegetarian and I've been really interested in transitioning or trying out veganism at a more extensive level, I guess.
I have always been interested in nutrition and dietetics and just things like that. So experimenting with my diet is kind of a fun thing for me to do. And it's also a challenge. I also really like challenging myself. And I think that veganism is definitely a very difficult thing to do.
The hardest part is probably going to be eggs, because I love breakfast with eggs.
Cheese. Cheese is going to be hard for me. I've tried being a vegan twice before, and cheese is always my downfall.
Oh, and cereal, milk is a big thing. So we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I don't think it'll be that bad, but.
Probably the hardest part is having to work around pre-cooked meals to get the nutrients that you're looking for and to find enough food to eat, really. I mean, tonight I literally had lettuce with vinegar and corn and an apple. So I'm gonna have to try to figure out something else to eat. But other than that, it's not too bad. I mean, a lot of veganism is about eating simply, so it's, you know, you're just trying to keep things as simple as possible, avoiding cravings and all of that.
So I guess this is kind of like the Last Supper, but you know, I don't have to die or anything like that, so that's good. To chocolate milk. I've loved you for a long time, but it's time for us to go our own way.
Oh, okay, this is the best. I'm eating vegan cheese and mushroom, and I think there's like onions on there, and then this is smoked tofu, which is so good in a wrap with Kalamata olives and onions and spinach. And I went back for seconds because it's so good.
There's a little bit of cheese on it, but
oh no!
Because America puts cheese on everything. It's not good without cheese.
Fall apart being boiled.
Okay.
I would actually agree that cheese knows better.
ketchup is meat, right? Like, it's just. I have to look at the ingredients of everything now.
Yeah, no, ketchup's fine.
Ketchup,
Okay.
yeah, ketchup's fine. Yeah.
It's my first bite of veggie burger ever.
I know.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's a product.
Do you eat honey? I'm not a vegan, real vegetarian.
I this is the first time I heard about that.
Veganism. For me personally, I can see a lot of positive aspects of wanting to live a vegan lifestyle, and I kind of adopt some aspects of a vegan lifestyle, at least an approach to quality of food. I mean, I know that you can't live off of meat and that vegetables are a required part of your diet that need to supplement a lot of the deficiencies and I know you can live completely off of vegetables as well. I mean, one thing I come to realize is you're either a vegan for health concerns or for ethical concerns, or both.
Or fad.
Or fad, yeah. You know, like you're a hipster and like, I'm vegan, you know. There's meat here, there's being a vegetarian here, and then there's veganism here. Mm-hmm. By being vegan, you're depriving yourselves of some things that even vegetarians don't deprive themselves of.
Right.
So that's something personally. I'm a foodie. I love food. I love all sorts of foods. Quality food that's you can cook yourself and you know what's in it.
Right.
And at the end of the day, I personally have made the decision that I cannot give up some things.
Right.
Because life is so short.
It's not as hard to eat
like a vegan in college as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like impossible, especially on a meal plan, to eat as a vegan, but it's actually not. So I'm pleasantly surprised by that.
Challenging, not quite, but rewarding for sure.
It's not as challenging as I thought it would be. It's more about just being conscious of what you have to eat, I guess, and trying to get enough protein into your diet. Well, not protein, but like vegetable.
A good mix.
Carbs it's really easy to resort back to carbs. I guess.
Absolutely. My mom still refers to it as your eating habits, like
when
we talk on the phone or something like that. Well, you can't really see it, but it's Living Vegetarian for Dummies. You can see my mom's opinion of my lifestyle choices. She insists that I take a multivitamin every day because I'm not getting my nutrition or whatever.
Besides the fact that I always go over my money on my meal swipes because eating vegan is more expensive at the SAC or whatever. Besides that I'm like using all my diamond dollars. One specific event that happened yesterday, which I don't know if I told either of you yet, but I saw a girl in Anderson and she had bubble tea and I was like, oh my gosh, bubble tea, I need some bubble tea right now. And so I asked her where she got it, and then I went to the place where she got it outside of like the tech and ordered a bubble tea, paid my 3 diamonds for it, and proceeded to like walk away drinking my bubble tea. And I was like so happy. And then I like take a sip and I have a bubble and it burst, and I was like, no, it's not vegan. So I had to throw out a full undrank bubble tea.
I can't believe you threw it out.
I know, and I felt worse. And that was the thing. I was like in such a moral dilemma because I'm like, okay, I'm doing good for nature and animals by not eating dairy, but then I'm being a total asshole because there's so many people in the world who are starving and I'm throwing out perfectly good like food.
And it's almost like you already bought the animal product anyway.
I know.
So then like you're just gonna throw it out.
And I just threw it out. I'm like, and I'm contributing to landfills and I'm a horrible person.
Wow.
So I'm gonna go cry this off and eat some cucumbers or something.
I've always struggled with acne, and I think it's not gone away completely, but it's definitely lessened a little bit, which is good. I'll take it. And also I think I've lost a little bit of weight. Not that I'm trying, but
I noticed that if I don't, because I'm not a vegetable person, so it's kind of difficult for me to go vegan and not be a vegetable person. Especially raw veggies. If I don't force myself to eat vegetables in a day, I'm exhausted.
Allie, have you been eating a lot of salads since, or?
I hate salad, honestly. This is the first time I've had salad since like the middle of October. I don't ever eat salad.
What are you eating? A vegan oatmeal raisin chocolate chip whoopie pie. Yum. That I found at Whole Foods. Actually, you found it at Whole Foods. It is amazing. It's the best thing I've ever had in my life. Okay, so what are you eating today, Jeremy?
Today I have chips and salsa, as well as tomatoes and lettuce. And I have a salad with tomatoes and carrots. It's pretty simple. Nothing too fancy.
Yeah. What do you usually eat when you come here before you were vegan?
Before I was a vegan? I mean, I was a vegetarian before I was a vegan, so
that's true.
Nothing really with meat, but I used to do pizza a lot, which is not the most healthiest. But I did enjoy it. And I'm looking forward to having it again someday. Other than that, I had lots of salads. Like, even before I was a vegan, I had salads pretty much every day. And stuff like this, like I would have chips or like maybe like rice and vegetable stir fry or something like that. I mean, I still do have that occasionally now, but yeah, I mean, it hasn't changed too much. Salads,
good.
I like salads.
My problem with really restrictive diets is that it can tend to be imposed on other people. Like, I never want my beliefs, whether it's like religious or food or anything, to inconvenience someone or to create like distance or a barrier for me to like understand someone or be able to eat at their home.
What comes after vegan?
I think that Allie's a really respectable human being, but it's really funny because she told me that her family thinks that she's crazy and they're going to force her to eat meat right when she goes home.
And here I am sitting here eating chicken.
And I'm eating chicken.
Yeah.
But this is vegan.
Yep.
Oh wait, are you guys?
Well, I didn't think I would last this long. I guess I never really thought that I was a balanced eater before. Like, I had to really work towards that, and I think cutting out meat and dairy has made it simpler to balance my meals and to just concentrate on, like, trying to get enough vegetables and fruit.
Once I got over that little hump, it really isn't that difficult. It's not as big of a life adjustment as a lot of people say. Granted, it is coming from a vegetarian of 8+ years, so, but I think it's been really beneficial. I feel great, and I definitely think that it's a good, like, switch in my eating.
The hardest part about being vegan, I think there were two things for me. And the first one was the first few days just constantly craving a slice of pizza, or I guess it was milk in my cereal before I got used to soy milk. And the second one was definitely not knowing what was in my food, which was, you know, lots of reading labels and discovering that certain things, cereals especially, weren't vegan. Or like, the craziest thing was, like, vitamins that have some little, you know, gelatin or something in them.
I actually got a phone call from my mom today asking when this is over. And I said, November 1st. And she goes, well, good, because your grandfather's coming and he doesn't need to know about this.
I'm definitely not gonna, like, abandon my veganism. I think that I'll be a flexible vegan to an extent, but I definitely don't think I'm gonna completely just push it aside.
I think being more connected to the food that we eat is important. And whether or not that's being vegan, just like being involved in the food process, or like maybe growing more of my own food, is definitely something that I want to look towards in the future. Not really possible right now, but maybe when I graduate, doing more to be a part of it.